Yo, what up? This is Raphael from NBA Draft Junkies, and the sleeper prospect that I will be covering today is Wake Forest point guard Alondes Williams. Through 15 games in his breakout season, he is averaging 20.7 points per game, 5.4 rebounds, and 4.4 assists, while shooting 54.7% from the floor. Now, he has more than tripled his scoring average from last season, and his strong play really makes me scratch my head and wonder, why didn't he play more at Oklahoma? Transferring across the country has paid off big time, as Williams is now a legit NBA prospect who is quickly rising up draft boards. Well, at least my draft board. Now, when I watch this film, he immediately pops out. You know how when you listen to a song and you know within like the first 5 seconds whether or not you like the track or not? That's how it was with Williams. I knew I was a fan when I had a glimpse of his combination of size, handle, burst, and court vision. And dare I say, he reminds me a little bit of Darren Williams. But the more you watch his film, the more you see that defenders really struggle to stay in front of him. He has this uncanny ability to shift gears and break his man down off the dribble. He also has good feet and great footwork to make you dance, similar to D. Will. In his prime, Darren Williams was a problem and one of the best point guards in the league, and some say he was actually better than Chris Paul at one point. But D. Will punished defenders with his incredible handle strength and exceptional footwork, where it just looked like he had the man guarding him dancing and doing a two-step. Now, Alondes Williams is not Darren Williams. I'm not saying he is the next Darren Williams. But if he can be a poor man's D. Will, then I think he'll have a role in the NBA. But I'm curious to see how he'd fare with more spacing, as driving lanes in college basketball, as we know, are pretty congested. But it has not stopped Williams from scoring in the paint at an astounding rate. He's currently shooting 67% at the rim on 112 attempts per game. Again, 112 attempts is not a small sample size. And he's just been a matchup nightmare for opposing defenses. I love how he really doesn't play with the ball. Even though he has a great handle, he breaks his man down and he is getting downhill and getting buckets or creating opportunities for others. And when I say creating opportunities for others, he is a high-level passer that sees the entire floor. At his size, he sees over the top of defenses, and he has the vision to find shooters with cross-court skip passes. I really love point guards, or even ball handlers that see the whole floor and that do a good job of finding teammates with cross-court skip passes, or even guys that have the balls, I should say, to throw those cross-court skip passes, because those are very high-risk, high-reward passes. But I've been impressed with some of his reads and some of the passes that he's made this season. He makes good decisions, but he also has a little bit of flash and flair to his passes and can get a little fancy with the dimes. Now, I've been watching a lot of film this season, a ridiculous amount, and I'd have to rank Williams as one of the best passers or playmakers in this draft class. But it will be interesting to see how NBA execs and scouts feel about Williams, as he's come out of nowhere as a 22-year-old senior. But in my opinion, his play alone warrants a first-round pick. But we know how the NBA works. The NBA is all about upside and potential, and some team may gamble on a 19-year-old over a player who will be 23 on draft night. But I'm still a big fan of Alondes Williams.